what's it been like getting acclimated in this new offense? I know, some tenets of it are probably pretty similar to what you had in UConn, but just what's it been like for you here in camp so far?
Yeah, it's been fun. I think a lot of skills that, I kind of didn't use as much in college. Now, just being spaced out, like the opponent has to be spaced out on the defense, I can show more of it. So it's fun. I'm still learning a lot of things, like learning to play with the team, what they like to do. Obviously, I'm getting a hold of it, but it's been fun for me, especially just to get better individually.
And in the first preseason game, I noticed that you switched out quite a bit. And Cheryl joked that there were a lot of times you do that when you weren't supposed to, just because that's what you did in UConn. But she said that she was comfortable with you doing it because of how confident you were in your ability to do it and then hold your own out there. Just like, what goes into your decision whether or not to switch or to stay home in those situations?
So I definitely made some mistakes on there, watching back. But, just being aggressive, I think, obviously being 6'5", 6'6", that's something I think it can be pretty unique for me on a defensive sense, just making sure I can guard on the perimeter. And I want to challenge myself, obviously coming to the WNBA, I'm going to face a lot of athletic guards. So I want to challenge myself in that, my coach can trust me with making late game switches and, hold my own, not needing help. But that's what I like to do. I like to, be out there and being aggressive on defense. And that's going to be an identity for me, and I've been working on it a lot.
And you mentioned that playing in space is something, it's much spacing is something new, but you've been pretty successful as a cutter, off of players like Fee and the high post. And I assume getting some reps in with Jess in practice, just what is that adjustment been like, playing off of guards maybe in a different way than you did at UConn?
Definitely an adjustment. I think we have really good passing bigs, and that's, as you said, Fee and Jess, they're looking for you. So a lot of times I would like to, just get some, being a little sneaky with that. Obviously a lot of focus are going to go to the main players. So when I'm on the court, I'm trying to make sure, I can get something easy. If it's just making a cut or making somebody open behind me, that's what I want to do with it. But, obviously relying on my guards that they're great passers. Our posts are great passers. So just kind of finding my spots. It's still I feel like I still need to kind of find the balance. Hey, when can I post out? When can I do other stuff? When can I spot up, shoot, and all of that. But for now, I'm just focusing how I can, get other people open.
Do you think that balance has been the most difficult part of transitioning from college to the NBA?
Definitely. I feel like it's just, I felt like, being at UConn, I was able to use a lot of skills differently. I think Coach Ariyama let me, kind of experience and do a little new things on offense and, use me a lot as a passer on the top. And I love that, here as well, just I can feel, that coach trusts, Jess and all the posts to make those passes. So it's been really fun for me to kind of being in that position because I love passing. I love to see other people getting open and making shots. So that's something that I want to keep doing. And, it's not always necessary I have to score. Just make sure somebody, scores. And if I can get an offensive rebound and, get another extra possession, I will do that.
What are the things maybe that you're most focused on getting accomplished tomorrow, whether it's as an individual or as a greater part of the team?
Definitely just paying attention to details, scouting, knowing everything, all the plays, making sure the defense is the center, bringing my effort and energy in defense. That's always, every single game is gonna be, my number one priority to make sure that, I don't need help and they can rely on me in that part. But other than that, offensively, just, as I said, just space, give good screens when I'm open, confidence, shoot those, and all of that. But definitely just making sure that, I know every play and I'm just ready to play, look at the scouting report and do everything I can to make, make the team better and win. If it's on the bench and, just being the loudest and bringing the energy, I will do that, whatever, coach gives me.
You mentioned the shooting. Just how much of a focus has that been for you, knowing that you might have more opportunities to be able to step out and shoot the ball or do what you did in the first preseason game, do a little pump fake and step into it?
Yeah, definitely putting a lot more emphasis on that, especially, as I said, there's just been the defense is so much spread out, just kind of not always relying on taking that first shot, but do a pump fake, just using my fakes. Obviously, I'm going against a lot of athletic post player guards, so, kind of just being a little bit crafty in that and using those fakes and working on my jump shot. I think that's something that I wasn't really able to show much in college, kind of like, the mid-range game, one dribble pull-ups and all of that. So I've been putting a lot of time in that, on my own, and even the coaches kind of just playing through physicality as well. So been working, been almost, I guess 3.5 weeks, but putting a lot of work in, and the coaches are always helping me with that, whatever I need.
And what's it been like to learn from one of the greatest forward centers of all time?
It's been awesome. I am just soaking in, looking at how to do stuff, and I'm just all ears. And this is, I've been very blessed with amazing, leaders and veterans around me, and they've been nothing but supportive from day one. And it's fun, when you feel that, like, every single practice, that it's a cohesive team. Everybody, wants the best for each other. And, as a rookie, that's all you can ask for, having great vets and just learning from them. And they've been supportive all the time.
How surreal is this day for you when you do the first one?
Very surreal. I think I always kind of go back to why I started playing basketball. Just kind of all those dreams, like huge dreams, like coming to the WNBA, like back in Hungary when I was just dribbling the ball as a kid. I'm like, that was a dream. Like, it was so far away. I'm like, I am not sure how I'm gonna ever get there, but I'm gonna put the work in. And it was definitely a very special journey. Just leaving home, coming to college, all the injuries I dealt with, and it's here. It's a blessing. But I always reflect on my why. Why am I doing it? What's the meaning of basketball? And I think that's what always got me going after being down with injuries and all of that. My love for basketball, and just as being in a team is fun, and that's just making friends for a long time and learning from obviously amazing coaches, and it's been a pleasure.
You talk about learning from the vets and the coaches. Mm-hmm. You're coming in to a class with Diamond Miller too. Mm-hmm. How has maybe the friendly competition and also just coming in with her helped your game too?
Oh, it definitely helped. I mean, I think we're both learning. We have different things to learn, but I think Diamond is also very receptive to change. Obviously you can see how upset she is when she messes up something, and I think it's good that we're so different in ways that I can go up to her and say, like, you got this, like, just slow down. And she can, if I miss something or if I do something, she comes up to me and tells me that. So it's definitely a very good, obviously I wouldn't say competition, because we're in the same team, so obviously we fully support each other, but it's good to have obviously different previous experiences in college. I played against her, I played with her sister, so we already knew each other. But coming in here, obviously different positions, like we can see differently when she's on the court, I'm on the court, so we rely on each other as well as the veterans.
And your family ever going to be able to come over and watch you this year?
Yeah, that's the plan. I haven't been home for almost a year. Yes, so they said if I make the team and we start the season, and they're gonna come and support me and fly out here. They've been pretty helpful with, like, the past years. Even at Ohio State, they were able to come, and even at UConn, the first time that they saw me was after this year, I guess, the Big East tournament, and they came for my senior night. So it's special, especially for them to come to the States. It's a whole different world, culture, but I'm blessed that they, that there's an opportunity for them to come.
Is she still involved with basketball?
My mom? No, after I was born, she was done with basketball. But she's she's staying up every single game I play. Whatever, it's 7 p.m. That's at 6 hours or 7 hours. So that's like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So she wakes up. She's very committed. She's my number one supporter, and I think obviously she's always my role model. I grew up watching her, her tapes playing basketball, and she gave a basketball in my hand, and I just fell in love with it. And since then, obviously she gives me a little bit, critique as well, but she knows, not overstepping a line of a coach. So, but she's my biggest supporter for sure.
What was her position?
She was a power forward, a 3-4. So. I'm definitely a little bit taller. I grew a little bit more. She's probably like 6'1"-ish, and I grew up on my parents, but a lot of similarities. Actually, like somebody did like a photo of, me shooting and her shooting, and it's kind of similar. So definitely.
Let us know if she's ever going to come out.
Yes.
Be nice to meet her.
Of course, I will. Thank you.
Thanks, Dorka.
Thank you.